Starting a food processing business can be very lucrative owing to the fact that most of these agro produce are something we utilize daily. They are something we consume on a daily basis. Check this out. Is it the pepper, the tomato, the palm oil, other oils, rice, beans, just name any agro produce. We consume them on a daily basis. So food processing business in Nigeria, in Africa, is very lucrative. For the sake of this video, I will be dividing this topic into three subsections, into three steps. Now, the first step is introduction to food processing. So what is food processing? For me, let me define it in my own way. Food processing is simply adding value to a produce, changing it from its raw form to another preferable form. That is what food processing is. The reason is to increase the shelf life of that particular produce you are adding value to. Let's take for example your pepper. You can add value to pepper by drying it alone. You can further process the dry pepper and grind it into powder then and sell it in powdered form. You can also add value to your tomato, your vegetables. There are a lot you can add value to. Your cassava, you can add value to cassava by getting your cassava chips. You can get your cassava flour, you can get your fufu, you can get your gari, you can get your cassava flakes, the one we call abacha. So these are products you can get from cassava after adding value to it. A whole lot of produce out there, a whole lot of agro produce you can add value to. There is no limit to produce you can add value to. So there is a whole lot of produce to be processed. Now the second step under my topic is how to start a food processing business. Now to start, there are equipment that you need. There are things that you need to start. As a newbie, there are simple things you need to have for you to start a food processing business. Now, you need to have a space, a neat space, not just space, but a neat space where you can carry out your processing. It can be a space in your corridor, it can be your kitchen, provided it is spacious enough and it is neat. It is very important. Let it be neat. Then there are some simple equipment you need to have, like your blender. Your blender. If you do not have blender, there are some produce you can go to industrial mill to grind, like your pepper. There are some produce you can grind in your mill if you do not have a heavy duty blender that can do that work for you right in your house. Then you get your oven or your dehydrator to dry your produce. Let's take for example that pepper. You need to wash it and then dry it. Now it is not compulsory you must have a dryer or a dehydrator. So far it is drying, you can dry that under the sun neatly and make sure it is airy, in an airy place, and the sun is directly on it. You can dry it under the sun comfortably. It will still do the same work of using an oven to dry whatsoever you want to dry, or a dehydrator. Another thing you need to handle is sourcing your raw material. You need to make sure you get your raw materials ready. By this time you have already picked one produce to add value to. For me as a beginner, I don't suggest you keep you add value to this one, you add value to this one, you do this and you do that. Just pick one of the produce. It can be pepper, it can be tomato, it can be cassava, it can be rice, beans, plantain, banana. Just name them. You pick one and then add value to it. You will grow from there. Then you can expand to other produce and add those ones little by little. As a beginner in food processing business, there is another thing I want you to take note of, is your packaging. You need to figure out how to package your produce. Whether you are going to actually package it using a container or a nylon, a ziploc bag, these are the things you need to figure out first. You need to figure them out. Then you go further to design your you go further to design your sticker that you will paste on whether the container or the ziploc bag or nylon, to make it more appetizing and preferably. So there you can put in your number and your business name and all that, so that people can easily locate you and reach you very fast. So these are the things you need to figure out. But someone who is starting new, I don't think you should waste much on all these packaging materials. Just make your packaging simple. You can package in a nylon bag and seal, and just get a cheap sealer and then seal it. Or you can still get a container, your preferably size and type of container, and then get your sticker. You go to a designer to design your sticker for you. Then with your container, they will design it with the shape of the container and fixing everything, the name of the produce and all that on it, and then you stick it on the container or on the nylon, and then you sell your product. These are the things you need to figure out as a beginner in food processing: your packaging, your designs and all that. So figure this thing out so that you doesn't get yourself stressed out in food processing. Please, I want you to take note of this. I love you take your food processing business to another level by registering your business. In Nigeria, you register with the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission here in Nigeria. Then other African country, you can figure out where you do that in your country. Register your business. It helps your business. It helps to take your business to another level, and for people to take you more serious in business. So this is what you need to do. But if you couldn't do that as a newbie, then no problem. You need to start with what you have out there. Third step under my topic I want to discuss is the mind holding you down in food processing. One thing I observe in Nigeria, in Africa at large, is that everybody wants to be called the CEO of this company, the CEO of that company. They want to be the producer, they want to be the farmer, they want to be the one processing the produce, they want to be the one trading it. In fact, the value chain in food processing, they want to do, or they want to occupy everything, and this is affecting us greatly in Nigeria, in Africa. This is just the problem we have. We want to be everything. We want to be everything, even in food processing. Now that the cost of production is very high, many businesses are packing up on a daily basis. Then it is time for you to leverage on the power of white label. What do I mean by a white label? What I mean here is saving yourself from the stress of production. What you need to do is you meet the producer. It's either you state your specification or you get directly from the producer, then go back and package to your taste. You can also allow the producer to package for you. Then what you need to do is then you put in your a label and then you sell. Instead of stressing yourself producing, running up and down, getting this and getting your raw materials and all that, you simply meet the producer of that product that you want, and they do white label for you. They produce white label for you, then you go back and package. This is simply how all these our big guys do. The businessmen and women out there, this is simply what they do. They go and meet the manufacturer, the producer. They produce for them either their specific taste or the one the producer have, and they simply put in their label, their contact, their name and everything, and they come back to sell to us. Most of these produce we see in the market, this is just the way they produce it. So you can leverage on the power of white label. For example, I make spices. People meet me to make spices for them. Then you go and package the way you want. So you can simply reach out to us. If you make spices, you can simply reach out to people like us, we make for you, and you go to package, or you can even specify your taste, we do it for you and then hand it over to you. You go and brand it the way you want and package the way you want. This is simply what white label is all about. So I will advise you to take advantage of white label. Do not wait to be in everything, just start somewhere. Now my advice to new people who wants to start a food processing business is for you to start with just one product, just one. Do not be here and there, just pick one agro produce. It can be plantain, it can be vegetables, it can be oil, just name it. Pick one, start from there, then you can expand to other produce. I believe you find value from this video. Hit the like button now. If you haven't subscribed up to this moment, please hit the subscribe button and join this great community. I wish you well in your agribusiness journey. I also have a video on agribusiness ideas. I will be leaving the link to it either up here or in the description section. Trust me, you will find value from those videos. So thanks for watching and subscribe for more videos. Bye.